Good day, viewers. You are welcome to Home Builders TV, the family corner. Today, we are here to trash a topic looking at why love fades in the home. My name is Mrs. Adeola Adeyemo. I'm here with a man of God that is capable of trashing this topic. He is an electrical engineer, is Korean register, working with the Ministry of Works and Transport. He is happily married with 3 kids. Also is an elder in the church. Permit me to welcome our guest speaker, Elder Ojemuyiwa.
Welcome, man.
Thank you, sir. Now today we want to look at a topic that is very essential in the home. When we start the home, when we start a family, you can see love, you can smell love, you can feel love. But after some time, you begin to see the love is diminishing, it's going down in the home. The love is not felt, is not seen again. So we begin to consider, why does love fade in the home? Why is there no love in the home? That is what we want to look at under today's topic. Sir, what is love?
When we talk about love, we are talking about a kind of feelings, a genuine feelings, honest feelings that comes between husband and wife, in which there will be a selfless, a sacrificial, and commitments in their way of life. There will be a kind of openness. That particular love will be the love that will come right from the heart, and it will be a genuine love that comes from God.
Okay, so how can we show love in the family between the husband and the wife? Is it the verbal one, or to what extent can we show love to our spouses?
We can show love, one, by caring. When the attention of each of the party is drawn even to the other one, when you show attention, the feelings that you have, by that, your actions, the verbal, the thoughts and everything would generate certain things that will come to show that love is really coming out in this family. For instance, like, permit me even put this one in. During the Sunday school, in one of the assemblies being attended this morning, we talk about the unity between the forefather, Adam and Eve. Before the fall of Adam and Eve, something put the two together. After the fall, the same bond put them together, which actually show that there is a strong feelings that was before the fall and even after the fall. No wonder these people even find grace before God, and they receive mercy even to continue their way of life. So love in the family can emanate through that feelings, can be generated through the feelings that you have between husband and wife. And when we talk about home, because our subject of discussion, why love fade in home, home goes beyond husband and wife. We talk about the children. The parent shows a kind of feelings even to the children. So the children will find a sense of belonging, that I have a father, I have a mother. No wonder those people without parents today, if not the grace of God, they miss out on a lot of things. And that thing they miss out is that what we call that strong, deep feeling, which is love.
Love. Thank you, sir. So after considering this, can love actually fade away in the home?
From what we have seen, love, even in Christian home, without any doubt, is fastly fading away.
Even in Christian homes?
In Christian home.
Wow.
It's really fading away. But it wasn't the intention of God. When you look at how God created us at the beginning. Home is very dear even unto God's heart. God specifically designed home. And that's why he said at the inception, at the beginning, that for this reason a man will leave his father and his mother and will be binded even with his wife. And he even said that he created even woman as an helpmate even for the man. So that you start to see the feeling what God has in the heart about home. So the intent of his feeling is what he designed, that he wants even a home to be a haven for the family. That is, how do I mean? That is a place of abode. Home will be a place of abode. Home will be a place of refuge where a husband will be able to settle down and set and have a rest assurance inside himself that I'm right in the right place. The same thing happens to the wife. That is the intention of God. And even beside it, you look at it that God even centers some things which has to do with what we call love and affection, then fellowship, and even the unity. That was, in fact, the basis of even home. At the beginning, the Bible testified to it that the Almighty Father will come from heaven and commune even with Aaron and Eve at the cool of the day. That's a home. That is to show a kind of affection, a deep feeling, to show a kind of feeling, to have a fellowship with them, to bring them together, to unite them. That is the essence. But when we look at it, you find out that all these things with what we have in Christian home today is fading away. Apostle Paul in the book of Ephesians chapter 5 verse 25, he admonishes husband. He said, husband, love your wife. You see, the kind of love that Apostle Paul was even sharing even unto the populace that want to reflect in a Christian home today is such love will be a kind of love that is defined. Such love will be a kind of love that will be sacrificial. And such love will be a kind of love that is selfless. You see, with all these things, that is one. And on the other hand, he talks about the wife. That wife in Titus chapter 2 verse 4. He said, wife too should love their husband and even the children. He wants a kind of bond between the husband, the wife, and even the children. And when such a particular love flow in the family, when the unity band, when the husband is banded with the wife as well as with the children, there will be a kind of joy. There will be a sense of belonging that comes with it. And you can even link that type of unity with the unity that is being shown at the insertion where you have the Trinity, God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. So all the three works together even to hold the word and even decide. And that's why he said, let us, the three comes together as one. Let us form man in our own image. You see that love. So Father is not doing things in his own, with the exception of the Son, whereas they are not doing, this Father and Son are not doing things in exception with the Holy Spirit. In fact, the present position we find ourselves today is the Holy Spirit that takes control of everything. So which will be the basis of what the home even rely on.
Thank you, sir. So I want to ask, if this is the intention of God for homes, then why is that love fading away? What are the causes? Why are we not seeing love as expected? Why is it not growing? Why is it diminishing? What are the causes of the reason why love is fading away in homes today, especially in Christian homes?
It is saddening today. When we talk about Christian home, that love is fading away, because when you look at the beginning of the setup of that home, most importantly, when we are in courtship, you see, the drive that we are going into another realm will occupy our mind. Even you start to get in touch with your intending spouse that, how are you feeling today? But why is all those things getting away, going lower? even when you come together, there are several reasons. One, you talk about communication gap. You see, like recently, we talked about what communication is. That is exchange of information between the parties. What do I mean? The parties between the husband and the wife, and even between the parent and the children. But when certain information are losing away, definitely love will be fading away. That's number one. Then secondly, when we neglect our individual responsibility, every individual in home have a responsibility. One, you see, husband, the man has been shadowed with the responsibility to be the head of the family. But peradventure, you see, and a head of the family, maybe at the family altar, ironically, we call that man to be the pastor of that home.
Yes.
He receives from God even to tell what the family needs. It's as if a pastor in the church receives even from God to tell the congregation. That's how. But when the husband is failing that responsibility, a lot of things will be suffering. Likewise, the wife, he has certain responsibility to play, the role to play. Once he's fading in that responsibility, it fades away. There are a lot of things that are put to it. Let me start to mention some things because of our time. One, another thing that you look into why the causes of love that is fading in home is that one, when we lack support at the time of need. You see, at the time of need, peradventure, maybe you are suffering, you lose your job and all these things. If your wife is not supporting you at that particular time, you'll be depressed, and with that depression can collapse that family. That means love is fading away. Disrespect of in-laws. If you disrespect my father, or if my wife disrespect of my father, or disrespect my mother, it will have a certain signal to me, and by the time I look at that particular spouse, it will be the love that I have for him will be diminishing. Now, another thing is that insensitive of your feelings, the feelings of either of the parties. You are not being sensitive. That peradventure, maybe someone that is not being sick, you find out that is not doing this thing that you usually do. For instance, there was a particular time my wife noticed that I usually pray in the night, but for a while I didn't pray. He now called me. Why you failed to be praying again in the night? What actually happened? Then I said the pressure of job that I found myself with. Then we started praying together, resuscitating me so that we don't want that love to go. Another thing that you look into about why love is fading away, you talk about even finances. You see, when by the time the finances is going down and everything, and you don't discuss about it, what is the way out? Because by the time responsibility is coming up in the family, finances will be going higher. But if care is not taken, you believe that the husband is spending, or the wife, or vice versa. You see, you have to take care of those things, and a lot of things. Because
so before we round up, how can husband and wife maintain their first love, that first love they had for each other, that they could not sleep at night before they got married? How can they maintain it? And if it has gone out of their home, how can they resuscitate it in their home?
They can resuscitate it. One, they will first of all, the first thing, when we look at what Apostle Paul talks about in the book of Ephesians chapter 4 verse 31-32, he said that you should put away the bitterness, you should put away evil speaking, you should put away clamor, and everything that attached even to that is devilish, you should put it away. And now embrace kindness, embrace forgiveness, embrace genuine love. So once what such a family can do is being centered in what Apostle Paul said in that Ephesians chapter 4 verse 31-32. Now, you now look at it, the first step that such a family will take is to confess. You confess your sin, your fault between yourself. My wife, this is it, and confess your failure. That's number one. Then secondly, you overlook all the failures, the past things that you failed in. You are now starting, you are now coming afresh. Then the third thing is that there must be communication bridge. You bridge the communication gap, and at the same time, you talk about your finances.
Thank you, sir. Wow. Are there homes out there that their love is fading away? This is a calling we are making. We are beckoning on you that you come back to God. Bridge that gap. Resuscitate your love. Once you call God back into your home, you will see the love radiating again. You can call the love back. The husband can, the woman can, the wife can. All you need to do is come together, just as our guests have said, come together, confess to each other, and have a forgiving spirit. By the time you do this and with God in your home, the love will come back to life. Until we come another day, we say, God bless you.